Hello all, it's James Johnson, aka Sulphur Blade. Welcome back to my channel, welcome back to my content, and welcome back to War on the Sea. So, in the last episode, we had some issues with duplicating flights caused by a particular bug that has a problem with limited replacement aircraft at bases that this mod uses. Most all of the ports and facilities in this mod limit the number of planes that can be replaced on a given day to 1. And for whatever reason, that bugs out the patrols. And then what happens is once all the planes get replaced and they get back up to full strength, then all the flights return and they duplicate or triplicate or quadruplicate depending on how many times you retasked the flights in between the time that the first issue started. So I had to change a given setting from true to false in the campaign and in the save game, and that setting was kind of difficult to find. I don't know if you've ever modded any of this stuff, but especially in the save game, you have a huge wall of text, and trying to find one specific little group of text in that huge wall of text is really painful sometimes. It took me a good hour just to find the setting to turn from true to false. But anyway, while I was in there, I found a couple of other things that I kind of repaired. One of those being, you remember how I had 8 hurricanes that went and intercepted that German merchant ship, and 2 of them were legitimately shot down? And then the other 6 flew into the ocean because reasons? I basically refunded myself those 6 hurricanes. So I corrected that small mistake, I suppose. So you could say I knocked out a couple of bugs in my undertakings. And I also had to, if you've noticed, it's not 5 o'clock anymore, it's like 1300, so some time has gone by, and that was the process of getting rid of all of the duplicate flights. That was really kind of time consuming. So all the duplicate flights have been gotten rid of. Everything should be back to normal. The way the system we've gone back to the old school way of how the planes repopulate. So instead of 1 at a time at a base, it can be as many as were lost at the base, as long as you have the resources to pay for them. So it makes, I suppose, the process of reaccumulating planes at a base a little easier if you have the resources. But, you know, needs must. Anyway, let's jump back into the game and get it going, shall we? We're going to move this back up here because it's in a nice location there, and we're going to start the clock. Oh, another thing I changed was time compression. So now I have 150 speed time compression, which is going to be just right as far as I'm concerned for fast forwarding through the day. 300 was just a little bit too fast for my liking, but 150 I prefer. I prefer a little bit slower gameplay than most people do. Maybe it's because I'm old and I just don't process things as quickly as others. But yeah. What is my carrier doing? It's a good question. Oh, my carrier came over here because I kept getting assaulted in this area, and I'm thinking that, yeah, that's what my carrier's doing. Well, I'll leave my carrier do that for now. I still think I'm going to end up regretting it, because I have a feeling they're going to backdoor me up there. I am going to leave the flight markers on, just as they kind of dictate where where my semi-safe water is, if you will. I can look at that and I can reference kind of where the wall of reconnaissance is compared to where we have no reconnaissance. Nighttime. Okay. We'll speed up for nighttime activities. What is Colombo doing? Another thing I discovered when I was cruising through the save files, etc., is that Colombo down here is not considered capital. It does not get engineering and fuel at the beginning of the weeks. It's only up here and down here. So having this Colombo merchant group here isn't as productive as I would like it to be. I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up shuttling Bombay to Colombo from now on. And Adu Atoll is going to continue to shuttle to Trincomalee. So Bombay is going to feed Colombo, and Adu Atoll is going to feed Trincomalee. And then Colombo will shuttle stuff out of Colombo up to Calcutta and Vizzy and these other places. So for now, Colombo is going to end up sitting around a bit while Bombay brings the first load down to Colombo. Oh, that brings up a different topic. Another thing I tweaked is getting 30 fuel and engineering and 30 fuel and engineering in Adu Atoll a week is 60. 60 for an entire week is mind-bogglingly low. I mean, it's just unrealistically low. When you think of the cost of, say, a level 5 facility, of course it doesn't show it. Oh yeah, it does right here. 400 fuel, 400 engineering, 4,000 supply. At 60 a week, that would be what? 7 weeks just to get the resources together to build the level 4. That's not, or the level 4 to 5. That's not counting the 1, and then the 1 to 2, and then the 2 to 3, and then the 3 to 4. So, you know, the winning victory goal is to build a level 5 airfield over here on Port Blair. That would be an insane amount of time we would have to wait for the limited amount of supply our engineering and fuel to come in at these two places at 30 each to build up Port Blair. I mean, I guarantee I will have sank the Japanese Navy 5 times over. Like every single ship that Japan has in the roster, 5 times over. In fact, it would just be a process of never-ending transport ships that don't actually run out at that point. And I'd probably be sinking transport ships for the course of months before I'd finally get the necessarily engineering and fuel to actually build up Port Blair. So basically, make a long story short, I bumped up the amount I'm getting in those two locations. Not by a huge amount either. Now I'm getting 50 in Bombay and 50 in Adu at 12 for a nice round even number of 100. 100 compared to 60 is what, a 40% increase. So one could say that would make this game a bit easier, but I don't think that is. I don't think waiting around, waiting around for something like that is a difficulty factor. I think of that as just being pointless. A pointless grind. Difficulty should be gameplay related. It should be, did I screw up and send 6 fighters against 18? Did I not remember to send a fighter escort? Did I turn the wrong way and end up in a wave of torpedoes? Difficulty should be gameplay, not strange hurdles that just needlessly draw out the game, if you will. So that's my justification for that slight tweak to how much I'm going to get paid each week. I don't think it really changes the difficulty. I think it just changes the grind. And I mean, especially if, say, Japan did catch me with my pants down, and they did come over here to Calcutta, and they decided to, I don't know, bombard it, and they destroyed, say, the port facility from 2 down to 0. That would be what? Like 50 and then 100. That would be 150 engineering and fuel backwards. I go. And then that would take how many weeks to just catch up? Basically, what I'm saying is, with strategic bombing, with the capacity to bombard airfields and stuff being it is, and limited incoming trickle you have, you can easily, in this scenario, go backwards really fast and find yourself unable to just repair things that have gotten bombarded because you just don't have the resources to do it. So I think that is probably one of the main reasons that people struggle with this scenario, is that this setting here is just too restrictive. Let's speed things back up. It's nighttime. gonna end up submarine bait over here? Probably. There is a fair amount of downtime. Is it me, or do the attacks seem to come in at the beginning of the week? Which maybe because the missions are regenerated every week at the beginning of the week. Oh, and the last couple of times I've reloaded it, I didn't get any intel, so that's cool. Maybe I've corrected for that with my tweaking. I don't know. We'll find out. And I suppose calling it Intel makes it sound like a game mechanic. It's just my... It's more a bug. You know, we shouldn't see submarines on the overmap when you're reloading the game. Okay, there's our whole 9 command points we get per week. Oh, which means we probably have stuff to haul. A Bombay merchant group isn't back home yet to haul it. Is Adu Atoll? No, Adu Atoll is not home either. So we'll continue forward till they get to where they need to be. And yeah, so like I was saying about Colombo. What the hell? It went up in engineering and fuel. Alright, in the save game it said that there was location 0 and location 1. It did show a location 2. It only showed location 0 and 1, which were Bombay and... Okay, well... I guess I went from 90... what was that? Wait, that's up to 80. I only changed 2 locations to 50. So 30... engineering was at 30. So 30 to 80 is a 50-point increase. Bombay, we got 50. That's what I expected there. Adu Atoll got 50. How did... I'm confused. Okay, well, we've gone from 90 to 150 then. Which is probably, honestly, just about right. if I really have to. In my opinion, that's probably just where it should be. And so I could actually do something with Bombay then. And probably should. Calcutta's okay for now. Vizzy, really, I would like to upgrade that airfield. Madras, do you have any missing? Is there supposed to be 3 blends here? Did we lose a blend at some point off this group? 3 sounds like an odd number, doesn't it? What level airfield is this? 2. Where else do we have level 2 airfields? Calcutta is a level 2 airfield. We have... Yeah. I swear I fixed that. Well, Calcutta seems to only have 3 Hurricanes now and 4 Wellingtons. It used to have 6 Hurricanes and 4 Wellingtons, and I swear I fixed that. Madras has 4 Mohawks and 3 Blenheims. Maybe Calcutta is supposed to have 4 Hurricanes and 4 Wellingtons at level 2. We've got engineering, we've got fuel to replace it. We've gone several days. I'm gonna have to check the setting on this. There's something screwed up in Calcutta. But yeah, I think there's supposed to be another blend here. So I think the first supply trip we're gonna go to Madras from Bombay. Okay, Colombo Merchant Group. Yeah, I'm sorry that there's these issues with the game. When I disbanded all the extra planes, it caused some of the locations to have the wrong number of planes, and so I had to go into the file and manually change them to what they were supposed to be. And evidently I missed Calcutta. Calcutta is not correct. And Madras was never a place that was an issue, so I think that missing plane there is legitimately a destroyed plane. So we're gonna haul supply up here and see if we can't get the blend fixed. Alright, sure, throw some troops on that. You are a engineering carrier? Is that why I have you? Maybe. Okay, you are definitely an oiler, so that's definitely why I have you. Batar is... I think I have one to haul supply, 1 for fuel, and 1 for engineering. I think that's why I have these ships the way they are. So honestly, instead of hauling troops, let's haul a little bit more supply out of these guys here. So that would give us 40, 80. About 350 supply. Oh, and that also means a new mission should be generating wherever it's going to generate. And we're going to be getting a text soon. If the trend is continuing the way I think it is. Now, hopefully it happens down here, as we will have our carrier fleet in position to decimate it. But if it happens up here, we are completely out of position to do anything about it. Alright, I think you're back at Adu Atoll. So we will go to manage cargo. Your troops. Your troops. Your troops. You exist for what reason? Supply? Maybe? I think you're here for engineering. And you're here for gas. Which means you're here for supply then. No, it's nighttime. I should be in fast forward mode. operations. I have a feeling that this is action day. Having these guys anchor here probably isn't optimal. This is kind of a danger zone, right? Fucking little bastard. They're just fucking... I hate spiders. I so hate spiders. I'm having a hard time concentrating on the game right now because of a little fucking bastard ran across my desk. Alright, let's get focused back in on the game here. Where we ran off to, I have no idea. We don't have very good coverage here. This is probably the wrong time to be moving the carrier south, as we're going into evening. Can I manually fly something in that gap? I'm not feeling good about it. Let's just launch 3 hurricanes. Fly you guys in the gap. Spidey senses are telling me something's gonna happen up here. Alright, Bombay Merchant Group. Manage cargo. Supply on you, supply on you. You're a fueler. You're here for engineering purposes. You are supplies. And you can haul. What should I have you all? More supplies or some troops? Let's go supplies. Let's let the troops stack up. We can send one of the troop transports up to pick them up when it gets larger than the troop transport's capacity. Wait, are you going to the right location? Yeah, you are. We're back to both groups going to Trincomalee since Colombo does actually get its own deliveries. Pause. Carrier. My gut tells me I should travel up here, but my gut also tells me that by the time I made it up here, here's 1 day travel time. Basically, if something happens up there tomorrow, I'm not going to be in position to do anything about it. It would have to happen on day 24. But I am in position if something happens down here. So I think I stay where I am, because either it's going to happen up there or it's going to happen down here. Down here I'm in position, up there I can't be in position. So I am starting to think I need another carrier task force. But I can't, because I have the 2 fleet carriers already that are available. There are no other carriers other than the Hermes, which is an escort carrier. And granted, when we do get the Hermes, we could probably throw a fleet carrier in with the Hermes and stay here and send the other fleet carrier up north to deal with that, and that will probably be what we are going to do. So I guess that's what our command points are being saved for currently, is to get the Hermes. Alright. New patrol box here. Let's nighttime. Colombo Merchant Group. Which one is this? Here. Okay. Begin. Start. Pause. Armora. You're going to brake. Speed up. Hard to starboard. Flandria, you're gonna brake. Speed up. Hard to port. Guitar, you're gonna brake. All back with that whole 3 knots. Burlington, you're gonna brake and head something along the lines of that. And Bridgeport just ahead, standard at 12 knots. I'm not turning on active sonar, as passive sonar is the way you listen for torpedoes in real life. So that's the way I listen to torpedoes, is with passive sonar, not active sonar. Just FYI. There's something right there. Okay, so how do I do free camera? Look at freeze camera. Let me out here. Binoculars? Excuse me. Well, I can see something with the binocs. It's definitely a torpedo wave being shot. Well, let's turn at that. Might as well speed up to the blazing fast 16 knots. Okay, Armora, you're in trouble, aren't you? Yeah. I think we have to straighten out and hope to go between the torps. visually I'm looking good here. Oh, Flandia, you can stop turning. You're turning yourself into the torps. Am I paused? Alright, we will go with that, I suppose. Okay, Armoria. I'll stop. Full speed ahead. Bridgeport, go active. Target and attack. And I'm sorry folks, but nature calls. I'll be right back. Alright, let's get the show back underway, shall we? Unpause. How are things looking for Flandria here? You know... No, I don't want you to turn. I want you to keep the course you're on. But you can back down. Because I feel like those torps are going to go either side of you. Are you in any danger here? No, you're fine. In fact, why are you even turning? Just stop. Stop where you are. And Flandria, you can stop where you are. All is good in the world. We might have to keep an eye on how many depth charges we're using on these fleets, on these subs. I love that we now have these little boats in the game. It's nice to finally have the ships that would be escorting a convoy. I mean, destroyers escorted convoys, sure, but you know, these guys, they were the meat and potatoes of the task. It's a nice model. Slow up. Help to maintain contact. Bridgeport, you're doing 8 knots. Probably can fast forward. No evading hazards, please. No evading hazards, please. Oh, I like how she's coming in. I like it. I like it now. Head this way. Slow down a tad bit. You're shooting a little early. Oh boy, this is a big, long, fancy-looking sub, isn't it? Those were perfect. Okay, Bridgeport, you can stop firing now. Well, that's what happens when you task it with the AI. They waste all the ammo. Okay, so another sub sunk. Fleet has come to a halt for no particular reason whatsoever. Let's no longer there. I thought of it too late. Oh well. What am I looking for? This. Two. Oh. spidey senses just can't take it anymore. The carrier has been dispatched. Just off of gut feelings. My gut tells me something's gonna happen up here, and we're gonna be a day late and $1 short. Literally. It's gonna be up to 4 Wellingtons and 2 Catalinas to save the day, more than likely. And that's if we manage to spot. This map is deceptively big. I guess what I'm trying to say is this playground here is really large. Right. That's a problem. You think? Yeah, I didn't consider this, did I? No, you really didn't. Blenheims. Go intercept bombers? At the same time as the Colombo Merchant Group is pulling into town? Oh, this is not good. Can you even reach that? Oh, you're not gonna make it there in time. You can reach, but yeah, it'll be all over by the time you reach. Carrier can't do anything about it either. Yeah, this is gonna suck. lens to tactical. Have I just sacrificed my ships to save the port facility from being bombed? I may have. How do we even know where the port facility is? There they are. Any of you ships have any AA capacity? You do have guns. Alright, this is the fleet that has very low cost AA. I think these are like 2-point ships, and they actually have AA on them. So that's wonderful. Marvelous. Stupendous. Alright, Bridgeport. Bring the fleet up to... I think this fleet's maximum is like 11 knots. And let's start steering the fleet to the right. Actually, let's brake. 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 Wait. Everyone start turning. Cross our fingers. This looks like the target. Rudder amidships, please. All stop. Rudder amidships, please. Bridgeport. All stop. Rudder amidships. I mean, it could have been worse. They could have hit the facilities, which would have caused us a lot more loss, right? Now it's just a process of getting this ship repaired. Farewell. Get the fires out. Magazine on a ship without guns. Shit, the fire spread. No. Seriously, why would the fire have spread to a flooded compartment? Oh my god, are you kidding me right now? Oh, Jesus Christ. loud. What have they done? This is terrible. Alright, somebody's been messing with the fire spread capacity on these ships. Oh, this is absolute cancer. I'm gonna lose this ship because of this stupidity. No. No. Yes. Whoever changed this fire spread mechanic is an asshole. Getting quite annoyed right now. Unbelievable. We're gonna lose this ship. This is not a ship we should have ever lost. Why are you guys seemingly getting closer to each other? You're not supposed to be moving. up there. Off of there. Why aren't you listening to me? Hey. Unbelievable. I think this was the most valuable ship in the frickin' fleet, too. This was the Oiler, I'm pretty sure. I'm sorry, but that fire spread was unrealistically terrible. If that's something that this mod does, I strongly dislike you, mod author. However, that could be something the base game does, because I haven't played the base game since a few things have changed. A lot of the ships seem far tankier and harder to kill on the enemy side. However, on our side, it seems that ships are now very easy to kill because fire is out of control. And granted, it was an oiler filled with gasoline. I understand that we actually had cargo aboard, and the ship is gonna actually be very combustible, but that was just unrealistic. That was it. The player had no agency to combat that. If a player doesn't have agency to combat the fire, then what's the point of playing? It was an exercise in futility. You know what I'm saying? Frustrating. Very frustrating. Not likey. Must find a way to fix that. That's gonna be the first thing I do when I end this episode, is attempt to figure out how to revert the fire spread changes to the way they used to be. That was insanity. Alright, so we lost a ship to save lens RTB. And where did those planes come from? Was that even realistic? Look at what is happening at Port Blair. They're up to a level 4 airfield already? What the... What in the unholy... What the... Yeah. That's terrible. I mean, what the fuck? There's no way Japan had enough engineering, fuel, and crap to get up to a level 4 airfield already. How? Mod author, how much fuel and engineering are you giving the Japanese? That's insanity. Alright, I don't know how strategic bombing works, but I might have to figure it out. Manage cargo. Colombo. How many full Mars do we have? 20. What can 20 full Mars do to an airfield? And they're gonna get shot down attempting the process. The insane speed that this was built to, this level 4 facility, I know, like, that's... Foobar. Fucked up beyond all recognition right there. I mean, just think about it. Colombo, for instance, is one of our capitals. It's where our engineering and fuel actually spawns. We don't even have to deliver it to the place. Are we even in the remote neighborhood of being able to upgrade a level 3 to a level 4? No. Alright, hopefully my spidey senses pay off with my aircraft carrier here. We need a victory. Japan has been getting annoying little pinpricks in on us. We just lost our first ship of the campaign. A merchant ship, mind you. But still, I don't like losing a single ship, let alone any ship. It did save Madras from getting bombed, so that's something. How are we going to... You have 3 hurricanes. How far away is Madras? Just no, wrong key. Fuck. Oh, that's awful. Super fast forward is 1/, and then measure distances is another slash, and I always get them wrong. Okay, so that's just at the hurricane's reach. So I can't really send hurricanes from Cochin to patrol over Madras in case of a strike because they don't have the range. God. We have problems in this campaign. Lots of problems to deal with. Here we go again. Catalinas aren't going to be able to stop that. Maybe? How fast are you guys? Can you get there and save the day? I mean, you're taking an odd route. You look more like you're coming after... They're not going to be fast enough. And here goes 50 fuel and 50 supply. Maybe, depending on if they're able to destroy it in one go. Base integrity 73. And now, at this point, shooting down these planes is just going to risk more fuel and supply with no upside. If I shoot down these planes, they're just magically gonna be back again tomorrow to do it all over again. And it's gonna cost Japan nothing to remake them. Frustrating. So I'm just gonna RTB. They've done their damage. Now there's nothing I can. Shooting them down does me no good. So these are evidently coming from Akibar. A level 2? Start, retreat, leave, confirm, continue. Alright, so we're evidently operating in inclement weather right now. The hell is that shit? I don't think I like strategic bombing. I wouldn't mind strategic bombing if Port Blair wasn't a level 4 airfield in the matter of 28 days. Three one. Is that what this always was? I think so. But that did a lot of damage. Whatever's flying out of Port Blair is more damaging than whatever's flying out of Akyab. I'm gonna have to babysit. Okay, and where's the Japanese Navy been? I feel like I'm fighting the Japanese Air Force right now. Which, at least with the Japanese Navy, when I kill something, it's dead. Japanese Air Force, I kill something and it just magically respawns the next day and costs Japan nothing. Yeah, it's too dark. So we sunk a sub so far in this episode. Yay. Otherwise, we've been pestered by gnats. New patrol box. We're hugging these ports. Oh, what's going on here? I'm starting to rethink these mohawks. Where's the Air Force today? It hasn't bothered to... make an appearance. We haven't seen the Japanese Navy in some time. It's a little concerning. Well, I haven't really had a great opportunity to hit the Japanese Navy with the aircraft carrier fleet. I need a good strike. Alright, what time do we have? We're 2 hours in. Yeah, so we sunk a submarine. Woohoo. That's pretty much what happened in this episode, other than getting strategic bombed by this brand... It's level 5 now. Are you... So in 25 days, the Japanese went from fighting a battle in Port Blair to managing to round up and kick off all the Allied troops. That was a week, give or take, maybe 9 days. And then in the following "16 days, they managed to haul in enough engineering and fuel that they just pulled out of their ass. You know, we're talking an immense quantity of engineering and fuel. Far more than I've received in the past 3 weeks. If I took all of the engineering and fuel that I've gotten in the past 3 weeks, I don't think I could build a level frickin' 4 airport without the 1, the 2, and the 3 before it. And Japan is building a level 5 in 16 fucking days? Or has built a level 5 in 16 fucking days? That's insanity. Whoever made this mod, there's no balance here. This is so out of balance. I'm just saying. I mean, I see why this campaign is so considered so hard, because it is so out of balance. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap up this episode here. This has been an episode of me whinging. Sorry about the whinging. Yeah, I'm experiencing strategic bombing for the first time. I've not experienced strategic bombing in the vanilla map. I don't know how strategic bombing works, for the most part. But having a level 5, well now a level 5 airfield in the middle of... this airfield can literally hit every facility we pretty much have. I mean, I think even Cochin here is within its range. Bombay and Adu Atoll might be the only thing outside of its range. Ceylon has a fair amount of fighter coverage that Ceylon could probably deal with most stuff sent down here, but Calcutta's screwed. And Madras is screwed. I think we either need to get Calcutta's Air Force built up or Madras's Air Force built up. One or the other. We have to pick one of those two facilities and start developing the airfields there. I mean, Calcutta has the Wellingtons, which makes me want to lean towards Calcutta, but in order to build Calcutta up, we have to ship everything up here, where it's far easier to ship stuff up to Madras, right? Madras is the easier one to level. But they don't have the Wellingtons. So the Wellingtons are your bombers. They're the ones that can strategic bomb. We need... I don't know what to do. A battleship would be useful right now to bombard Port Blair. But what's the point? If I bombard Port Blair down to a level 3 or a level 2, Japan's just going to ship more infinite engineering and gas to build it. See, that's, I think, where this map is failing. I'm going to look at the configs and the files on this a bit more, because in most maps, even the vanilla campaigns, the AI has to play somewhat within the same boundary of rules that the player does. For instance, ships cost a certain amount of command points, and the computer has a certain allocated pool of command points that it gets to work with. Engineering, fuel, and engineering, the computer is supposed to have the same type of trickle into the home ports that the player does, and then they have to ship from those home ports into the locations that they want to build up. Basically what I'm saying is, what kind of stupid amount of engineering and fuel is Japan getting in this campaign? Because that rapid level 5 airfield there in Port Blair is absolute insanity. Anyway, yeah, I've whinged about it. I'm gonna go see if I can do something about it in the files. And what else did I whinge about? Oh, the rapid fire spread. I don't even know where to begin to fix that. I don't think I've ever even seen fire spread as a configuration before in the files. Anyway, I'm going to be investigating that stuff. This has been another painful episode of Defense of the East, and stay tuned for follow-on painful episodes of Defense in the East. At least in this particular episode, we got the duplicating flights fixed, and we got the repeating patrols fixed, so I don't have to keep reassigning the patrols over and over again, and that's huge, because I was getting to the point where I was ready just to quit the entire episode, because having to redo those patrols over and over again is batshit crazy. But now I have new batshit crazy stuff to deal with. Fire spread and Japan's insane amount of engineering fuel must be getting. That needs to be nerfed. Anyway, I'm James Johnson, aka Sulfur Blade. This is my content. Hopefully you're enjoying it. If so, please leave a like and subscribe. And until the next time, all peace.